Because when it comes to this, even God is disappointed in us. Because it doesn't make sense that you contribute billions to erect cathedrals and then go inside that cathedral and do fasting and prayer, asking God to provide industries, jobs for you. Are you not a fool? Every place, every corner you go, cathedral, cathedral, cathedral. How many industries, how many human capital development centers can you find in Igboland? And your politicians are so quick to donate billions to the church. By the way, the church which has more money than even Nigeria, Catholic Church, for example, the amount of money they have is enough for them to be citing churches for themselves without the contribution of politicians. But no, they demand your money. In fact, if you don't bring money to the development and building of cathedrals, nothing will happen. And we think we are normal as a people. That is the area everybody should be concerned. And that is why I'm even making this video. If we have a matching order of number of cathedrals with industries, Igbo would have been better than China today. Akacham. Akacham. Wonderful people, viewers and subscribers, you're welcome back again. This is still BVI Channel 1, where we tell you undiluted truth. Since I published the video of what happened during the Azomta Cathedral dedication at Nnewi, there had been a popular demand that I should separate the two videos so that they can have an insight of what truly transpired and more truth unveiled.
Zalu Akashamu Ifanyu Bando Moka Bobby's weekend do Pino ya Moka Bobby Fine Bus weekend do. Did you hear that? Ifanyu Bando Akasham, my last day as a Christian. My last day as Christian is today. Ifanyu Bando if I know Akasham, last day as a Christian.
Now, to begin with that of the night, first, let me acknowledge my mentor, Dr. Charles Apoki, the man I respect so much. I've watched your videos and also listened to some other people and also read comments. Now, I want us to delve into this matter. And some of you may not like my position, especially when it comes with the truth about the church. The man, the night, who denounced his faith, he had come forward to make more clarification, and I want us to listen to him attentively.
When you get to the level, you don't have reason to impress anybody. When you get to the point, you have no single reasons to impress anybody. That is when your freedom begins. If I abandon, Patrick, if I abandon, every choose on the window. If I abandon, I will know. If it's in a government setting, no, and we can see a minute silence, right? I have never seen that done inside a church, but we can cool the Wolonie on album Masse, no Kaisha and Nolo, right? Manongo, I could take a Rubies weekend at the car, and that ends. If fire was not mentioned. If I was not mentioned, April Mokum, I woke up tonight. No quarter, where's the dog? And I know where I will come. No dog, no more. Then they would have said, then they would have said, oh, no, no more. Oh, Flemeji. But when you bring one more to I was my last day as a Christian.
Good, I know at this point some people are already angry. Why should I be bringing this man forward? Whatever he said is nonsense. For denouncing Christianity, for not acting like a knight that he is. And I still maintain my position that the man may not even have faith in his Christianity in the first instance, especially when his face is tied around human. The man, if that is what is making him to denounce his faith, he does not have faith in the beginning and from the beginning, and that is the position of so many people. But aside that, let us also think through his position. To begin with, Ifeanyi had been a very integral part of that church project, and his videos is resurfacing the impact and the role he played.
Senator anyị na-eme nke nọ ndị ọrụ esi n'aka ha enwe.
Ụka nkene nna ha, Bishop of Ndigbo, oge bidoro ịlụ ụlọ ụka Cathedral. Ife izi akwadola ogbu akpọrọ anyị oku si ka anyị bịa ka anyị tinye ego a ga-eji wee lụ Cathedral ka edozie na pila gasị na stop service ka emee some amendment. Mụ akpọrọ m mgbe that day mụ kacha weta ego eweta 36 million donation, bute 500 kVA generator mgbe ilu ndị church. Ọ ga-emecha nchigha azụ oge na mbekwa m nọrọ asị ka eji n'ụlọ ọrụ. iPhone ife a na-eme bad ka 1 year 1 block. Nsị nọrọ ka ebutuzie ụlọ a. M nọrọ tie mkpu si nke ofu ya n'alụ Cathedral nsị a na Chineke enye anyị ike. Eme Chineke eme okweta enwetacha akwụkwọ approval ebe dị iche iche anyị bido ọrụ. Ka o si wee kwu alụcha nke mbụ maka na ndị dị ka eme weight test weight nwe Cathedral nwere accident na Akwa Ibom gbuo ndị mmadụ. Ọ bụrụ Catholic Cathedral mana akpọla Cathedral ụdị ife ahụ anyị achọrọ, mana o nwere ụzọ ife na-agba anyị na-achọ. Anyị achọrọ ka pila dị n'ime ụlọ ụka anyị ka anyị lụọ ya ka nke ndị ọcha si adị. Ndị ọla na-anwaghị nne anyị bido onye akpọtalụ ka ọ lụọ soon expect emechaa evaluate ihe gosicha ife ọlụlụ ka ọ lụọ lụgide lụcha. Mgbe ọ lụchaziri ka enene sọpọt ọ sị na etinye epile nọ nwesị mba na ọ ife anyị kpalụ ebe ọ dị otu a si butue ka ebutue n'agbanyeghị na etinye hundreds of million dị a ebutue ebidokwa lụọ ebitue nye onye ọzọ ọ bịakwa lụba lụgide lụcha nke ahụ nwekwa ka o si wee mee bendie anyị wee chigata azụ wee jụsọchịta onye akpọ injinia nwa gbara onye Enugu ebutukwa nke a. So nke a na-alụ kịta awụ nke ịtọ mana ife ha na-eme ha na-ebute mana kịta nnọrọ kpọtasị so many engineers so many people ma kutis injinia ụzọ dike ndị mmadụ hinne enwezie kọmitii eseti kịta ka adụshọ na-alụghị ọfụma ya ife na-edile Cathedral wụ ife anọ n'elu maka anyị alụcha enu ahụ wee mezie ndị nọ n'ala mana ka anyị si wee bido nkwa ife ọzọ anyị chọrọ ka anyị abịa unu na-anya ifu na-enwere ebe 10-story building tower alụchago kịta na akastigo roof ya. So the tower adịgo complete na alụchara ya mmadụ esighị ebe ahụ wee da blọkụ eji aligo n'enu ahụ a na-ele blọk 200 naira mana isi na ala wee bugo blọkụ enu na cost 500 naira fu blọk. So ibuo blọkụ ịtọ ma ịnọ ị na-ede ị na-afịa anyị mana n'isi na ala bugido blọkụ wee luo almost 11 story building mana Chineke emego anyị alụgide lụcha. So mana o nwere ife ọzọ anyị chọrọ ka anyị tinye n'ụlọ ụka nnọrọ kwetara ka e nwee ebe na-abata n'ụlọ ụka ndị mmadụ na ọgasịa ọdụ covered ka eti pila cross so pila ahụ ka bidokwa kịta n'aha alụ mana ofu ife nkwelu Chineke nkwa na nke ịtọ a na anyị ga-akpakpu ebe ahụ n'aha ọzọ na-abịanụ n'aha anyị alụgide lụsha ha Chineke nna na-enye anyị ike ekpere na alụkwa ọlụ mana ife ọzọ m na-ekwu bụ na ndị mmadụ kwụsị ịkọ ife ha amaghọ ụfọdụ pụta sị na ife anyị ahazi alụ ọlụ onye lụọ eji ebe ahụ ọ dịghị izi anyị na-alụ ọlụ mgbe ọbụla kama na ife a na-alụ ụfọdụ aha afụ ya ụfọdụ ugwu ka alụọ ka emee ka ọ dị mma so mana Chineke nna na-eme amara before by the grace of God before awabara aha ọzọ Chineke na-emela anyị amara na Cathedral na mma aka ụka ebe ahụ by the grace of God. Daalụ hinne. Thank you.
Now, this is undoubtable. Nobody can argue the position of what Ifeanyi Ubah did during that church project that was dedicated, which instigated the man to be angry that the church did not recognize him appropriately as they should. And his anger was fueled by the response of a reverend father who tried to undermine his anger and his outburst.
All right, we just concluded the dedication of River Assumption Cathedral, where we have so many dignitaries. When the mass was going on, when the mass was always dismissing, there was this video that went viral. People started seeing the videos, and there were so many commentaries running around everywhere. That is Sir James. He's an origin of Nnewi, and we call popularly known as Jadu. I know him pretty well. He's a close ally of the late Senator Patrick Ifeanyi Ubah when he was alive. I was one time a parish vicar at the parish at St. Peter Clever Sotolo Nnewi. Now, he was lamenting, for those who don't understand Igbo, he was lamenting that Ifeanyi Ubah was not acknowledged and that and all of that during the mass when it was time for gratitude. But then, I choose to disagree with him. He was actually acknowledged. Probably he was not paying attention. He was acknowledged first before every person came by. So I would want you to also watch this video to see when our Bishop Jonathan Benson acknowledged the efforts of Ifeanyi Ubah.
Francis Cardinal Arinze. Some don't know why I asked him to preside at this mass. My predecessor started this cathedral, I continued. And a good number of the faithful, including the late Senator Ubah, also contributed.
Okay, I'm sure we also have a video. Mr. James, I appreciate your effort, your concern for late Senator Patrick Ifeanyi Ubah. It is very honest and sincere. I saw how passionate you were. But then, you see that he was actually acknowledged. And I pray that he will continue to rest in peace wherever he is. The good works he did when he was alive, God will reward him abundantly.
Irrespective of the fact that the church itself, I'm going to address it right here because they are also part of the problem and contributed to this man's madness. What am I saying? Let me not get you confused. Let's get straight to the point. This project in question, if Ifeanyi Ubah did not contribute immensely the way he did, maybe by now, with the slow pace of that very cathedral, it wouldn't have been dedicated today. I'm telling you honestly speaking. And come to think of it, if not hypocrisy and double standard by the church, if Ifeanyi Ubah had been present, alive in that dedication, do you think that he would be recognized the way it was done in his absence, knowing that he has demised?
Okay, let us quickly take a look at this video. This is the bishop of the church as at the time the church is still under construction, appreciating and recognizing Ifeanyi Ubah's contribution in the church building while the project was still ongoing. And it is what is expected they could have done during the dedication. But some people are circulating this video as though it happened recently.
Great man, Senator Ifeanyi Patrick.
The answer is clear. The answer is clear. Even the governor, the way he was recognized, the contribution he made, cannot equate how passively Ifeanyi Ubah was mentioned, despite the fact that Ifeanyi Ubah was also acknowledged in the brochure that he did this and that and made contributions to the building of that church. That is the position and the anger of this man. But like I said, the church has set a very bad precedence, deviating from the standard of the Bible of serving God with humility. Today, in many churches, people are being honored based on the contributions, financial contributions they have made to the church, and their name highly placed above all. The more you bring, the more they praise you. That has been the standard of many churches. Apart from Catholic Church, I'm talking about church in general. And that gave this man a sense of entitlement that Ifeanyi Ubah was not properly recognized. It is the standard of the church. Because according to the Bible standard, when you are giving service to God, your right hand shouldn't even know what your left hand is doing. But today, people take glory from the church for contributing to. In fact, that is how to induce people to give to the church. And you have taken your glory on earth. Forget about it. Forget about heavenly blessing, because your blessings have already been taken. Having established that fact, the truth remains that many have hung their faith in what they see among politicians, among people of the society, than even what they actually believe in and profess. Because I had people also drag the man because he's a knight. As a knight, you're not expected to fight the church. There is a way to say things. These are ways where the church and how the church put people in bondage so that you cannot speak. If the man hadn't taken it the way he did, believe you me, it will not be a national issue. Every station is talking about it because the man took this way. And that should be discouraged. Ejiri and ejiri title. So you don't speak your mind. So when you see things going wrong, you keep quiet because you are a knight. Anyway, that is by the way. Now let me get to the point where I need everybody to address, because I know at this point, a lot of you are already angry with me. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? What I'm talking about in essence is that our politicians have been contributing so much money, billions of naira, into cathedrals around our homeland. In fact, we've seen how much he has contributed. Billions of naira he had contributed in erecting a cathedral. How much has he invested in human capital development? In each of our communities, I have made the post before when I went on a research sponsored by ADF, Alibo Development Foundation, to know the level of economic development in Igboland. How many industries are operating in the ease of doing business in Igboland? To my surprise, after traveling around the 5 states of Igboland, of the southeast, the kind of cathedrals we saw, monumental cathedrals, large gigantic cathedrals, can only be sited in Igboland. In every community, they are doing competition. Both Anglican, Pentecostal, Catholic, and the rest of them. Every denomination has giant cathedrals with no industry. If you equate it with the number of industry, match it side by side with the church and the industry, you will see that we are nowhere. Every place, every corner you go, cathedral. How many industries, how many human capital development centers can you find in Igboland? And your politicians are so quick to donate billions to the church. By the way, the church, which has more money than even Nigeria, Catholic Church, for example, the amount of money they have is enough for them to be citing churches for themselves without the contribution of politicians. But no, they demand your money. In fact, if you don't bring money to the development and building of cathedrals, nothing will happen. And we think we are normal as a people. That is the area everybody should be concerned. And that is why I'm even making this video. That is how we are derailed completely. You want us to now start clapping for Ifeanyi Ubah and the rest of other politicians for contributing massively in erecting cathedrals. How many industries have sprung up? If we have a matching order of number of cathedrals with industries, Igbo would have been better than China today. Come to think of it, I believe people are beginning to get the sense of what I'm saying. And that is my position and the position of GGM. And I come back because when it comes to this, make nobody go and conspire against us with God and put us in trouble. No, we are saying the truth. Even God is disappointed in us. Because it doesn't make sense that you contribute billions to erect cathedrals and then go inside that cathedral and do fasting and prayer, asking God to provide industries, jobs for you. Are you not a fool? Asking God for miracle healing. Are you not dumb? Is God not going to be ashamed of having people like you? You have a lot of money to build cathedral, but you can't contribute to build hospitals, human capital development centers, industries, establish farmlands. How many of them have come to us as GGM in our cooperative to partner with us? I heard about one of the senators, I'm going to address that later, in Anambra State, who tried to empower some people with agricultural whatever, but every one of them failed because he didn't route it, connect it to cooperative that can enable that mission to succeed. And I contribute millions of naira now to be known worker, and you want me to clap for you. I think this is good enough, and I've said it the way it is. I know, I'm sorry, many of you may not agree with me, especially when it got to do with the church. But I tell you the truth that can set us free. If only we can compel our political leaders and the government to do what is right. Many of us, the church we are going, many of us may not have need to be disturbing God with prayer points. Because most of our problem today, which we have carried to the church, is what the government can do freely for us. Let it be a point of lesson for every one of us. My name is Asuchinod Peters, your advocate for good governance. I just hope you will share this very truth that will set us free from bad governance. I'm signing out. Bye-bye for now.